This is going to be a season that is all about color. And even if you, like me, agree you're going to be wearing a ton of black, most of the black pieces I own are going to mix with a jacket like this. There's going to be a lot of utilitarian anecdotes on clothing like pockets, pocket flaps, belting. But you see this color again and again, and I'm going to call it chestnut. Hi, everybody. It's Diane Gilman, formerly the Queen of Jeans on QVC HSN, but now the proud host, Fashion Thursdays, a podcast you'll see every Thursday where we girls dish it on fashion. And yippee! What do I love about late August? Well, first of all, I kind of love my birthday, August 18th, and I'm turning 80. Oh my God, all those decades later, and I am still in love with fashion. So, what are we going to discuss today? The fact that the nights are getting longer, the shadows are getting deeper, the days are getting shorter. I don't know about cooler. And we love fall transitional dressing. This season in particular, where you've got one foot in late summer and one foot going towards fall, the colors. Oh my God, they are so intense this year. That is, I think, what I love the most. Now, when I think of fall, I always think of harvest. And when I think of transitional into fall, I always think it's still very warm out. You've still got the summer vibe, but you've just got less sunlight. And the other thing I think always is shadow is different. Shadows are longer. The light is more filtered. It's not a summer light anymore. And you don't want to be wearing those light, bright colors. So we're going to start to show you some colors that I have found. Oh, these are so yummy. Let's talk about pumpkin spice. Now, we'll show you another couple of orange tones. And I am going to say once again that I love monotonal dressing for this season. But you can do exactly that. Mono, multi-tonal dressing, everything in the same family. So let's forge ahead. Trench coat beige. Can you go wrong? Absolutely not, especially when your two base colors for the season are going to be black. Oh yeah, black is back in a big time way. And the deepest bitter shade of espresso brown. Yeah, that's a little bit lighter brown. It expresses because it's obviously online and you got the light behind it. But in real life, very deep espresso. And I do want to say, I think it is a beautiful alternative to black. If you are living anywhere in the South and black is just too early for you, last half August into September, go for a great shade of espressos. You can't go wrong if you are living in the South or the Southeast with a shade of ivory that's got a little dollop of espresso in it. And here's what I love, and we're going to talk about fabric and bodies for a minute too. Perfect time of year for maxi dresses. Again, simple silhouette that can take a bomber jacket over it as the air grows cooler, that can take a little cropped cardigan, that can take a layering piece underneath. And here's where my obsession is going to be, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be black on black. I put on black for the first time all summer this morning, and it was like, oh, come on. I just love it. And now I want to talk about a personal outfit I just bought. Yeah. I know this is a month and a half ahead of time, but I had to do it. So one of my favorite really popular priced fashion purveyors is Uniqlo. I couldn't help myself. Yeah, I know the model is 60 years younger than me, but I think the jacket is going to be very universal. And because I'm 5'4", not 5'11", or 6 feet tall like the model, I think it'll hit me correctly. It's blouson. It's got plenty of room. It's a relaxed bomber jacket. Here's where I'm going to deal with wearing black on black. texture. So the jacket, a faux leather with a sheen, and since I bought it online, I have to trust that Uniqlo is usually a number one with their fabric choices because they make huge purchases, a million yards at a time. So hopefully it's good quality, semi-believable faux leather. Then underneath it, I bought a super deep gray melange sweater, merino wool, but very lightweight. And I bought their merino wool sweaters for 20 years. They're fantastic, hand washable, never a dry cleaning bill. And I'm still wearing the ones from 20 years ago. And then I also bought a Heat Tech, their very famous insulating fiber, quilted, deepest, dark gray quilted vest to wear underneath the jacket, over the sweater. So as I go into the season, I can layer. I love it. I want to hear what you guys think. I did not buy the mini skirt, okay? Oh, now we go to dark blood red, or better word possibly, cranberry. This is, I will say, a season of super saturated color. And I think I'm going to be very interested to see if below the designer level that more popularly priced brands can get that level of saturation, because usually that kind of super intense color you can only get using all natural fibers, no polyester, because polyester actually does not fully take dye. We can also see, not only from my purchase, but from the way leather takes color, it's going to be a year of leather and suede. I love this. Is like a brownish moss, deep olive green. It comes off not really as green, but more as a neutral. It's the color of the moss you see on trees in the Northeast after the first or second frost. And they start going from a pure green into sort of a dried out mossy green. Love it. I also happen to love that deep V, because you can also wear it out with chunky jewelry, which we're going to show you shortly, for any kind of luncheon or evening event. So we're getting into sweaters, and here we go, talking about suede. This is going to be a season that is all about color. And even if you, like me, agree you're going to be wearing a ton of black, most of the black pieces I own are going to mix with a jacket like this. There's going to be a lot of utilitarian anecdotes on clothing, like pockets, pocket flaps, belting. But you see this color again and again, and I'm going to call it chestnut. Every single color we're showing you has a place in nature. You're going to see a lot of utilitarian details, which I love so much. It is, again, that trench coat beige. That happens to look good as a duo color outfit with black. One thing I want to bring up, hold your horses. You're saying, oh, that looks so old. What's old is new again. So Donatella Versace sold her company. And guess what? The new owners did not want her there anymore. They wanted to take it over and do it their way. And so this is the last of the retro Gianni Versace original scarf prints. If I had the money right now, I would definitely scoop this up, because it's going to become a vintage piece that does nothing but evaluate. If you can find, wherever you shop, any kind of scarf. I bought a scarf out of that print for what? To wear with natural linen, to wear with ivory linen, beige linen, and black linen as an accent piece. But you're going to see a lot of placed, hand done block printing. Not tremendous amount of florals, not romantic, not highly busy and detailed, but focused, placed. And yeah, here's a perfect example of a place print. These are going to be what I call block prints, where they look artisanal. They look and they feel handmade, hand done, hand silk screened. Everything about this fall transitional season is going to be very native oriented. It's not going to look mass produced. This is a perfect example. It's huge. It's placed. It's simple. Gorgeous shade of khaki, and surprise, black. Also, along with maxi dresses will be maxi skirts like this. Again, another hand block lace print. You know, when I was still doing my own prints, especially when I began in the industry 50 years ago, we would actually carve out a potato and dip it in dye and place it on fabric. I kid you not. And we used to call them potato prints because they were so simple. Here again, maximum impact, super simple maxi dress body, minimum detail. Just the print, the way it's placed on moss green. This is one of my favorites. So you've got moss green, you've got pumpkin, you've got khaki, you've got espresso brown, all the colors of the season. And honestly, although I'm not a print person, I love a simple hand blocked, native based print like this. And I think it's so perfect for the time of year when you're transitioning from being outdoors all the time to coming indoors finally. This is not only about natural fibers, cotton knit, and crushed wrinkled silk, where you just hand wash it in the sink, twist the silk, tie it in a series of knots, and it comes out this way. But it's just got the color, and that saturated color comes best in natural fibers like the cotton in the top part of the dress. Also, fallen waists are going to be a big feature for fall transitional, but the color's the deal. That saturated color, oh my God, I just love this color. It's got so much deep, rich red to it. Perfect with black. Perfect with espresso brown. The kind of dress that can go well to the end of September because you can just keep layering it with crop jackets and crop neck cardigans. For anybody that wants to put a little brightness in, that mustard seed gold, these are natural dyes. If you saw somebody from, let's say, the 14th century dyeing silk or dyeing Egyptian linen or cotton, these would be the colors because these are the colors where the dyes came from pounding the seeds with a mortar and pestle from Mother Nature. There is a way to celebrate end of summer into fall that is so rich, so saturated, so colorful. Back to print again. You must have something leopard printed. This one is very monotonal. It's trench coat beige with black on top of it. Extremely easy to wear. We're going to get to one that I simply love from Yves Saint Laurent that is a multi-dimensional version of a leopard print. But animal print, including snake print as well, is so important. And it really balances out. Yeah, here's zebra. And this happens to be all raffia. So it's woven. It's not even printed. It's got great value to it. It's very dramatic. And if you live in any kind of coastal environment where summer, the vibe of it, even into trans fall, sort of lingers longer. A good investment in a raffia bag that's actually going to be fashionable forever because haven't we seen animal print prove itself as an enduring part of the patterns of fashion that last forever, become vintage? And talking about it, I love this bag. I wanted this bag for my birthday and I talked myself out of it. Why did I want it? It's calf skin texture. It's going to work all year round. Look at the richness of the animal print. Oh my God. Look at how it ombres. And the animal print, which is silk screened on the calf hair, just plays with the light. So you get that mustard gold and you get that rust color and you get pumpkin and you get espresso, and then of course there's the black in it as well. This was fantastic. I love this. I would almost call this not a blood red, but a cranberry. And it's suede and it's dramatic. And if you wear a lot of khaki, navy, black, a color like this just totally ups the ante for the entire outfit. You are looking like a fashion hero, a fashion insider. I like to call the handbags I'm showing you the hero piece of your wardrobe. So what we showed you in terms of silhouette and body, Everything is pretty simple, pretty linear. This also works with all of those boho potato prints that are very chunky and solid and simple and repetitive. And then suddenly you've got this bag, and that makes you a fashion hero too. I love that. That would be another bag that I would really want to collect. Oh, love, love, love. Bag is not structured. Bag is not ladylike. The bag is amorphous. The bag moves and flows with you and what you put in it. And it has to go over your shoulder. Okay. But shoulder bags are a very big thing right now. And the clothing will be designed in most cases by fashion houses that will accommodate the handbags they do and know that they're doing a lot of over shoulder bags. I also happen to love the quality of the leather and the shade of espresso. Fringe, big accompaniment to a very simple hobo handbag. But truly makes it a boho genius bag. And you should see this bag on and how it moves when you're walking. It is so romantic. And if you're someone who says, okay, look, I'm of a certain age, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm beyond. I don't want a lot of fringe on my body. I don't want to call that much attention to my body or my lower half. Buy a fringed bag. It is so romantic. And in its own way, boho, handcraftsman, small batches, kind of very particular design takes a bag like this. And this bag is elevated by simple apparel. And at the same time, this bag elevates whatever outfit you have on. And it's that gorgeous shade of espresso brown in suede. So we know that everything we want to wear, yeah, everything we want to wear is a natural fiber. Everything we want, except of course my faux leather Uniqlo black jacket I just bought. Everything is a saturated color. Ah, this is a Chloe bag. Look at the hand braiding on the center of that bag. And we want to wear, and I did wear it in honor of today, gold metallic hardware. And that is hand braiding. Beautiful shade of suede. So we are boho, we are craftsmanship, we are small batch fashion, we are single person potato prints. We are chunky. We are hand done fringe, hand done braiding. It all kind of reckons back to a simpler, much more personalized time for fashion. Oh, yeah. Another Chloe bag. I love this one with gold hardware, special over the shoulder hardware, and those chunky, soft, mushy side pockets. So that makes it practical, but really, who cares about practical? A blast from the past. It was one of the first bags Chloe did 22 years ago. And it's still here and it's still enduring and it's back again. And the color is so saddle brown, so enriched. And here's the other thing I love. And I know I'm showing a lot of Chloe, but hey, they deserve it. This bag, unstructured, over the shoulder, but here's the catch. Gold metallic charms. Now, bag charms and buying them to hook onto your bag are a very big deal right now. Most of them are a little too young for us girls, but there are some that are perfect to highlight your handbag. But Chloe put it right on the handbag. I'm beginning to love that whole look of the way it glitters in the light and moves and makes noise when you move with the bag. I think it is so feminine. I think it is so strong. And I think in a time of life where we may not be wearing a ton of jewelry, put your jewelry on your handbag. It's perfect. I love the way this is built in. And I actually love it on black. Okay, here's the other thing I love. And we have 3 different ways to show this to you: brown, black, and ivory. Organic. Once again, I say this time of year is like getting ready for harvest time. These look like, some form of nut. that's been processed and laid out in the sun and dried and polished. And it has, again, I use the term of, oh, I'd say I love it in the ivory. Absolutely love it. Now, you can mix it with other necklaces, you can mix it with other colors, but I love the absolutely authentic, natural look of it. I want the ivory one for sure. I love it because it's going to match my hair. Okay, I own this. I love chunky jewelry. And that is all part of the beginning of this podcast about transition into fall, which is about very simple linear silhouettes in intense colors. When you get that kind of simplicity and that kind of column effect in an outfit, maybe it's a baggy linen pant with a slightly baggy tunic tank top, you have a complete stage setup for chunky, strong, artisanal jewelry. Look at this. I love it. Black wood, hand painted, hand polished, natural wood. And let me tell you what, if you've got chubby arms like I do, it makes your arms look thinner. I also love that same look in the metallic of really 2025 polished gold. We're not talking about super tailored, uptight, kind of little chains, and we're talking about big, bold, statement jewelry against statement color, simplicity. Love that. And these, oh, I love this with that ivory necklace. And look at how it's costume jewelry, but look at how it's all veined and it's made to look like something so authentic. But that's all you need. It's a bold statement. This I loved as well, because if any of you know me, I'm hoping a few of you do, you'll know that I love bold necklaces. I love something that fills in a neckline, and this is half wrapped in black, half wrapped in gold. And this is Saint Laurent, and this is actually a vintage nod to when in the 70s, I believe 1971 to 73, Saint Laurent House of began, and Rive Gauche, lesser price brand, took hold. They, apart from Coco Chanel, were the only couture house doing fashion costume jewelry. It hasn't looked right to me for years, but it looks so right again. Like every single material is from nature. And I think part of the beauty of trans dressing is you're going to lose nature soon and be kind of stuck indoors. So you want to celebrate the beauty, the realness, the uniqueness of nature in all of your accessory pieces as well as your clothing. And here we have filling in your neckline with an unbelievable abundance of what looks like real hand hammered 18 karat gold, but it is costume jewelry. Imagine wearing a very saturated color in a simple linen maxi dress, just a long column dress, and boom, you're wearing that necklace. Two pieces tell the story. Bold gold. I cannot recommend it enough. Love that look. And we're just finishing up here. Oh, I love this hammered look too. And I love necklaces like this where you have an option to decide whether it's going to be a choker or it's going to lay down further towards your collarbone. But this looks so handmade, so artisanal, so one off, so not mass produced. And I will tell you, it's a year for belts to make a comeback, whether it's on a slightly dropped waist or it's on a peplum top or dress. Get you a slightly ornate gold belt, and it even looks great over a blazer or a sweater tunic, but that adds a lot. Now let's get into footwear. Look at the color paprika. That is one of my favorite colors for transitioning into fall. It is so natural looking. I also happen to be Russian, so I'm actually Ukrainian. So I love cooking with paprika. Color is so enriched, especially in suede. And you're going to see suede boots in hot, vibrant color everywhere. I love it in this little bitty sneaker. I think the color looks sensational, and it allows you, if you're no longer leading a corporate life, to be able to take a casual outfit and make yourself look like a fashion insider by wearing a very unique color in a leisure shoe. This I loved because I felt that if you're like me and you can't necessarily wear high heels anymore, you can still get the look of a pump with a 1.25 inch heel that's chunky enough to give you a lot of support, but at the same time, you still got a little sexiness, a little femininity, and that is in like a burnt oxidized mustard. I'm always looking for ways to take care of my body and have it express itself through that healthy glow. And I think I found what to me is a miracle. It is called Amra. It's got all sorts of collagen. It's got peptides. It has vitamins. It has minerals. And it's just this tiny little scoop of it. I don't even take it with juice. Honestly, I just pop it in my mouth. It tastes like butterscotch. It absorbs quickly, and it makes a big difference. As you age, even if you are eating correctly, you are absorbing less vitamins. That's just what happens to your body. You need a supplement that's easy to take, almost instantaneously gives you results, more energy, better looking skin and hair, and helps you form a healthy habit and start to get all the nutrients you need. That is Amra. I love Amra. Mustard. I got a version of these. They're little animal print cowhide loafers. They're so cute and soft. Mine are from Todd. And that allows me to wear what I love to wear, which is black on black, a whole head to toe ninja outfit, and then have one startling, maybe a little more lighthearted, maybe a little more interesting piece, like a printed leopard loafer. Yeah, good investment. I think you'll find those at every price level. So I have to say, in conclusion, I could go on for about 3 or 4 hours. Transition is my favorite time of year, all the way through the colors changing, the leaves starting to change. But it's an organic time of year, a comfort food time of year, an intense time of year for color. And yet we're staying warm so much longer that you're able to marry to me, the two favorite seasons together. Fall is usually my very favorite season. But summer, heat wise, is still there, at least during the day, but the colors change. And I love my birthday at this time of year too, because the whole angle of the sun is different. The mornings as it gets light are mistier. I don't know. You know what? It is actually atypical of me to be buying pre-fall outfits second week of August, but I want to start dressing differently. I want to start layering. I want to start adding chunky jewelry and suede footwear and handbags. And yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this fashion session, Transitional Fall. Honestly, my time of year. I hope it's yours too. Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.